predates our own by thousands of years, a civilization known as mud. The concept of mud is found in various ancient traditions across the world. In this episode, we take a journey through these narratives, analyze their similarities, and examine the intriguing theory that Mu might have played a pivotal role in seeding early humans with the knowledge and technologies that sparked the development of our modern civilizations. Before diving into the details of what Mu might have been, it's important to note that the word itself comes from Sanskrit, meaning that which is ultimate. This term appears in ancient Hindu texts such as the Vedas and the Puranas, where Mu is described as a mythical island that lay submerged beneath the ocean. In one prominent legend, Mu is said to have been a place of great learning, home to 7 wise sages who held profound knowledge of the universe. According to the Puranas, these sages were revered as the progenitors of human wisdom. They taught the earliest humans about subjects like astronomy, mathematics, and even surgery, laying the groundwork for intellectual and scientific development. The idea that Mu was a cradle of early human knowledge is echoed in the Polynesian tradition, where similar accounts describe a paradise-like realm known as Rarotonga. One version of the Rarotonga myth tells the story of a highly advanced civilization that thrived on an island until a great flood caused by the wrath of gods, or perhaps a rogue wave event, wiped it out. Only a small group of survivors escaped to New Zealand, carrying with them precious knowledge of navigation and agriculture. These traditions aren't just fascinating stories. They offer a glimpse into a potential reality that many ancient cultures across vast distances seem to know. If true, it suggests a level of technological advancement and cultural exchange that challenges the conventional linear narrative of human progress. But this is where the story takes an extraordinary turn. The concept of Mu isn't confined to ancient Asian or Pacific traditions. It also finds resonance in the narratives of indigenous peoples in the Americas. For example, the Hopi and the Zuni tribes share stories of a legendary people known as the Havmusos or the Havmosos. According to these oral histories, the Havmusos were highly advanced beings who came from the sky in fiery chariots. They possessed immense knowledge and taught the primitive natives about farming, pottery making, and construction techniques. But just as in the Asian and Polynesian myths, the Havmusos ultimately met a tragic end, perishing in a great flood. Now let's pause and consider the implications of this shared narrative. 3 separate continents, Asia, Oceania, and the Americas, each tell tales of a sophisticated civilization called by different names, but possessing striking similarities. Each story describes a technologically advanced society with a deep understanding of agriculture, construction, and potentially even space travel. They speak of a people who emerged before the dawn of recorded history, influencing early humans and then vanishing in a global cataclysm. This pattern is too consistent to be merely coincidental. It points toward a common historical event, a lost civilization that predated and influenced the rise of humanity's earliest known cultures. So what makes Mu different from other lost civilization theories? Why should we pay special attention to this particular narrative? First, the sheer number of cultures that recount similar tales of Mu. From the Vedic texts to Polynesian folklore to Native American myths, the consistency of the stories across such vast distances is compelling. Second, the advanced technologies described by ancient texts don't fit neatly into the linear progression of human development that we learn in history. How could early humans have developed sophisticated tools, agricultural techniques, and possibly even spacecraft thousands of years before we associate them with our own recorded history? Third, the inclusion of extraterrestrial or interdimensional elements adds a layer of complexity that challenges traditional interpretations. The idea that ancient humans interacted with non-human intelligences that might have been the source of their advanced knowledge is heretical but intriguing. By examining these stories, we open up new possibilities for understanding our past. It is entirely possible that the civilizations of Mu had achieved levels of technology and understanding that we associate with advanced futuristic societies. Their knowledge of astronomy, agriculture, and engineering may have been centuries or even millennia ahead of their time. And who's to say that they didn't possess technologies that we can only dream of today, such as anti-gravity devices or spacecraft capable of interstellar travel? However, It is crucial to approach this topic with healthy skepticism. While the idea of ancient aliens is a popular concept, it's important not to jump to conclusions or accept unverified claims as fact. For instance, some argue that the concept of a single prehistoric civilization that spanned multiple continents lacks sufficient evidence. Proponents of this view suggest that ancient people likely did not undertake journeys across vast oceans, especially considering the lack of sophisticated shipbuilding technology during those times. Instead, they propose that different civilizations may have independently developed similar technologies and knowledge through their own means. This argument highlights the importance of considering alternative explanations before invoking the extraordinary. Additionally, the interpretation of ancient texts and archaeological findings is often subjective and open to debate. Some scholars argue that the advanced technologies described in ancient texts can be interpreted metaphorically, or that archaeological discoveries can be attributed to cultural influences rather than direct contact with extraterrestrials. It's essential to recognize that history is a field filled with ongoing discussions and debates. As new evidence emerges or fresh perspectives are brought forward, our understanding of the past continues to evolve. However, dismissing these ancient texts and traditions as mere mythology or misinterpretations would be a disservice to the depth and consistency of the narratives. People separated by vast oceans and different ways of life all seem to remember the same story, suggesting a shared reality that defies easy dismissal. To ignore these stories is to overlook a significant part of our collective heritage and potentially lose valuable insights into our prehistoric past. While the existence of Mu and its influence on early human civilization remain subjects of debate and speculation, the concept serves as a reminder of the vast gaps in our knowledge of prehistory. There is so much that we don't know about the dawn of humanity that it is essential to keep an open mind rather than resorting to claims of pseudorchaeology or unverified theories. We should embrace the unknown as an opportunity to expand our understanding of the human story. Perhaps there are chapters of our past that we have yet to uncover, waiting for us to piece together the full narrative of our existence. If the idea of Mu intrigues you, I encourage you to dive into the rich tapestry of ancient texts and traditions. Explore the stories, decipher the symbolism, and contemplate the possibility that our history is far richer and more complex than we once thought. You might find that in the process, you gain a deeper appreciation for the mysteries of our past and the interconnectedness of human cultures across time and space. The concept of Mu may not have a definitive answer, but it does pose essential questions about our origins and development. It invites us to consider the possibility that our story began long before we gave it a name. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of Mu, a lost civilization that sparks our curiosity and challenges our understanding of history. If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown, please don't forget to like and subscribe for more captivating content. Let's continue to explore the mysteries and wonders of our past together. Until next time, stay curious, keep asking questions, and remember that sometimes the greatest discoveries lie hidden in the echoes of ancient tales.